Have you ever wondered what is lactose intolerance, what causes it, or anything related about it? If so, then don't worry, let me explain that quickly. But first, what is even lactose intolerance? Lactose intolerance, or better known as lactase deficiency, as its name says, it's the lack of lactase, which is an enzyme that breaks down lactose into glucose, like a puzzle, right? Well, no, not here, not in this case. With the small amount your body produces, the lactose just looks at the miserable amount your body makes. Then it just goes fast. The process keeps repeating and the lactose accumulates in your body. Now, once in the large intestine, the bacteria spots it and gets a big meal, making gases, attracting water. Now, ta-da! You have diarrhea, you're bloated, and might have cramps. Which, I hope not. Supposing that you are lactose intolerant, you might already have known that. But what about the history? How was it discovered, or who was the first one to have it? Let's see that now. Besides what some people think, lactose intolerance has been a thing ever since ancient times. It's not really known how exactly people get it, but back then, mostly adults were lactose intolerant, as if the lactase randomly disappeared once they got to the age. Surprisingly, it was not until maybe between 2000 up to 20,000 years that adults were able to actually process lactose, which in many places happened after they started domesticating cows, goats, sheep, and practically any possible mammal that they could drink the milk from. It was not until around 1950 that it was recognized with a name. Also, studies in the late 1960s and early 70s showed that populations with less tolerance were in East Asia, Sub-Sahara, and Africa, which is something that we will talk about just now. Risk factors. Yeah, everyone knows about them. Do we like them? I think not. So, there are other ones besides the first I mentioned. Increasing age. It can be a risk factor for lactose intolerant because in many people, lactase enzyme production naturally decreases with age. Some other factors that can lead to lactase deficiency can be ethnicity, premature birth, small intestine diseases, and certain cancer treatments. For the last one, the treatments can cause secondary lactase deficiency, which would mean that it's acquired, even in people who previously digested lactose well. Some particular reasons is because it damages intestinal lining, especially where the lactase is produced in the small intestine. It can also temporarily or permanently reduce the lactase production. And lastly, it's particularly common with chemo drugs like methotrexate. You might now think how you can prevent it, right? That is getting explained right now with the last section. I might have had tricked you a little bit because it cannot be prevented or cured, but it can be easily treated. I can teach you how though. Limit milk and other dairy products to small servings on meals. Eat or drink lactose-reduced foods and use liquid or powdered lactase to break down the lactose in your body. Congratulations! Now you know what lactase deficiency is. Yippee! Thank you for your attention. Now I gotta finish this video with an explosion.